In this video, we will review the next milestone in our redesign project, prototypes. First, we will take a closer look at the practice of prototyping. Then, we will explore an example of a redesign prototype. And finally, we will wrap up by reviewing the requirements and several tips for completing the milestone. Prototyping is the process of implementing ideas into a tangible form, which can include low-fidelity paper prototypes, as well as high-fidelity digital prototypes that are created using software like Adobe XD. Prototyping gives design teams the ability to test and evaluate a design by collecting feedback or input from users, which enables changes and adjustments early in the life cycle of a product. This is a great process for not only revising a design and implementing feedback, but also catching costly usability issues early. Recall our discussion of the iterative design process as it relates to UI and UX design. It is much more cost-effective to revise and improve a design through multiple iterations before it is released. For example, we would never just build a website for a client without first identifying their goals, presenting them with several ideas, and then giving them the opportunity to provide feedback and make revisions before developing and publishing a complete website. We have already seen the value of mood boarding and wireframing in this process. Next, we will explore the final step, prototyping. Once again, we are now familiar with several UI and UX deliverables and how they fit into the interactive design process. We have collected our thoughts, ideas, and visual assets into a mood board, and we have sketched wireframes for both desktops and mobile devices, providing a structure for our redesign ideas. Next, we will apply our visual assets and ideas to the wireframes we have sketched out and build a prototype for our redesign. For this milestone, you will need to create 6 total prototype screens using Adobe XD. This includes 3 desktop prototypes and 3 mobile prototypes. Your first post will be a draft of your prototype shared as a PDF. Then, in your second post, review your peers' work. Remember, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? Is the overall strategy working? Imagine yourself as a client of this business. What are your first impressions? What suggestions would you make? Finally, there is no additional submission for final prototypes. You will include revised versions with your final package. Finally, let's review a few tips for completing this milestone. Once again, your first post should include a rough draft of your prototypes shared as a PDF. For this step, build out all 6 prototypes in Adobe XD. Lay out your grid, begin placing your visual assets. Apply your color palette, select your fonts. Get the broad strokes complete. And make sure to share your drafts on time so that you can begin receiving critical feedback for this milestone. Finally, as you receive and evaluate your feedback, begin finalizing your prototypes and continue constructing your final package for Project 1.